And another waste is food. People often buy food. They end up throwing the food in the trash because of expiration dates or whatever the circumstance. Buying in bulk is popular. It's less expensive, but then sometimes that food ends up being tossed out. A recent newspaper article said households can waste up to $700 per year on thrown out food. So, Guru, what are some things people should do to avoid wasting money on food bought from supermarkets?
I think the number of $700 a month actually sounds low to me, but I have to tell you, I do not have this issue, and I'll tell you why. One, when I was a kid, it was drilled into my head that wasting food was a sin. So growing up in a Catholic family, you had to finish everything on your plate. But I have to say that also wasn't a challenge because I love to eat. So my problem here is actually the opposite of what we're talking about related to wasting food. I actually read on this, King, that a third of all the food globally is actually wasted. And of course, related to Americans, I read that we throw away 40% of the food that we buy. That's an astounding number. And I actually think that's probably in line just because I think we're a fortunate nation and we have a tendency as a result to waste. I don't think that you could blame bulk purchasing. You know, people go to places like Costco and so on and really buy in bulk because they save a few dollars. I think that may be part of it, but I don't think it's the entire reason. I think you can buy in bulk, but if you're going to do that, you should focus in on the storage aspect. You know, do some research about storing foods and fruits and vegetables. You know, there's a whole technique to be used for freezing food. And, you know, it's simple enough with what you can Google and do your own research. And, you know, as far as fruits go and the things you learn on these topics, they actually give off natural gases as they ripen, which speeds up the spoiling process. So, you know, one thing that you should always be doing is storing your fruits in separately, because that will slow down the spoiling process. So I would tell you this, is start your shopping in your refrigerator and your freezer first before you go out and just start buying things. Use the FIFO method. The first in is the first out. So whatever you bought first is what you should be using first. Again, this is just a smart way of doing things. And the other thing is, it is terrible to waste food. So research what type of options there are, such as food banks that are close by. Because you know what? Maybe my parents are right. It is a sin to waste food.
I believe that as well. The finance guru, Dan Geltrude, has been with us. Geltrude.com is the website. Also, he has a great YouTube page. Search Dan Geltrude, and we will see you next Saturday at 8:45 a.m. for another edition of Dollars and Cents. Thank you for your expertise, sir.
Thank you, King.